Welcome and good afternoon to all the students. Today in our revision session, we can revise the steam and steam boilers. Here we can talk about the steams and talk about the different type of boilers. So mainly in our syllabus, as we discuss in first unit, because this topic is belongs to first unit, and water tube boiler and fire tube boiler in your syllabus. So, but here, as our syllabus is finished, we have some time to discuss the topic in detail. So, I open this topic. Previous topic we can revision in the thermodynamics law, where we can study. We was study about the thermodynamics, first law, second law, third law, and zeroth law of thermodynamics. So for this, as you see in the picture, as you see in the picture, what happened? This is the condensed droplet entering in the steam. Means this condensed droplet converted to the steam, and steam is supplied to the where is required. And here you can see this is steam inlet and this is your product outlet, and here condensation is there and here is steam is there. So what happened? This is your steam condensate product in high temperature and product in low temperature. You can observe by the temperatures. So here you can observe a system for the cylinder, steam from the boiler. It is a system of turbine where the steam of the boiler is entered to the chamber, and this steam energy converted to the rotation of piston and cylinder assembly. Here is high pressure cylinder and this is your low pressure assembly cylinder. So what happened? This is your nothing but air compressor assembly. So by this air compressor assembly, you can see the steam it increase its pressure. So here steam and steam boiler, generation of steam at a constant pressure. Consider consider 1 kg of ice in piston cylinder arrangement shown as the below. This is 1 kg of ice. Okay, 1 kg of ice is there. So under a absolute pressure, say P bar at temperature T 0 degree below the freezing point. Okay, so here you can see this is there is a heat. Okay, and there is the heat is continue happen. So what happened here? Heat is generated and 1 kg ice is there. So you can see the ice is converted to the water. First ice is converted to the water, and then saturated water is there. Means it is the situation of water when after this steam generation is start, that called the saturated water. Means a particular temperature of water after which if temperature is increased, then steam generation is started, or we can say that phase change is there. Phase change is there means water is converted to the steam. Okay, and here you can see that all the water converted to the steam. Okay, here is ice stage, this is your ice stage, this is your 1 kg ice, and now what happened, the ice is converted to the water, and now water is converted to the saturated water, and after that the steam generation is started. Here some part of water is there and some part of the water converted to the steam, and here you can see the all the water converted to the steam. Okay, but it is the wet steam. Means what happened here, in the steam some water particles is there, and see here dry saturated steam. Means what happened, like saturated water, dry saturated steam is a condition where if we further heat the steam, then heat then steam is converted the superheated steam. Means saturated steam is the limit. After that if we increase the temperature of the steam, then this steam is start to converted the superheated steam. Okay, so this is the process: ice, water, saturated water, then the mixture of steam and water, then we get total water, total steam, then dry saturated steam, then superheated steam. This is the formation of steam at a constant pressure. Formation of steam at a constant pressure. So you can see how the phase is change. How the phase is change means what we can say that, what we can say that if temperature is changed, means we can see here according to the temperature change how the phase is changing, how the phase is changing. So we can see this diagram how to ice changes phase. Means there is one metal, there is one matter, that is water, and we can see here the three stage of the water, the three stage of the water. So what are these three stages? These three stages are ice, that is the solid state, water, that is liquid state, and steam, that is the gaseous stage. So we can observe that it is only the water which is have all three stages in the all three stages in the normal temperature. Means we can say that in the normal temperature we can get all the three stages of the water: solid, liquid, and gaseous formation. Okay, so uh, there is in this process there is a main important things, that is we done this process at the constant pressure, means pressure is not changed, pressure is not changed. So we can say that at the constant pressure we just increase the we just increase the temperature and we get the different phase of the water. Different phase of the water. So from this we can observe that how the phase are changes. Just wait for 1 minute. Okay, students, sorry for the disturbance due to the network issue. Uh, my PPT displaying is stopped, so we can continue. So, as we discussed, at the constant pressure, we can increase the temperature, and we observe that all three phases of water, that is solid, liquid, and gaseous form. Now, same things is represented by the this graphical interface, keeping the pressure constant. The gradual heating of the ice lead to the note that the following change in it. These are the represented on a TH diagram: temperature and enthalpy diagram. On heating, the temperature of the ice will be gradually rise from P to Q. For example, Tc till reaches the freezing temperature 0. So what happened? See here, solid stage. This is our solid stage. So the meaning is that we can say that here what happened? Temperature T in the minus means below the 0 degree. Below the 0 degree. Then what happens? See here, from here, this minus, the apply the heat, then we get the 0 degree ice here, means the temperature of the ice is 0 degree. Then what happens? See here, melting. What happened? Melting is there. So during the melting, what happened? The ice is melting, means ice is now converting to the liquid state, solid state to liquid state. So what you see, 0 degree temperature is here, means here on this point you get the 0 degree temperature ice, and on Q 0 degree ice is there, and here at the R what happened? At the R you get 0 degree temperature of the water. So at the R what you see, the melting phase is there, all the ice melt to the water, but temperature is not changed. Temperature is constant during the melting process. And what is the heat absorption during this process, during melting process? That is called latent heat. That is called latent heat of the ice. So what happened? We can give the heat to the ice, but what happened? Temperature is not changed, and phase is changed, but phase is changed. What happened here? Minus to 0 degree, here is some like minus 20 degree temperature is there, and this 20 degree reaches to 0 degree. Okay, means 20 degree temperature is rise till here. But what happened in this position Q2R? The temperature is not changed, but phase change is there. So this heat which is absorbed by the ice, converting to ice to the liquid, that is called latent heat of the ice. Now HF, sensible heat. What is that? This is required to change the liquid stage to vaporization stage. Liquid stage to vapor stage. So what we can say that? We can say that this is the phase change again. On the S, what happened? Phase changes start, means the liquid stage start converting to the vapor. Okay, so the liquid stage is start converting to the vapor. So what happened here? S to T, S to T. Now again, heat is adding, but what happened? Temperature is not changed. Heat is added, but temperature is not changed. So here we can see the phase change again. Temperature is constant, temperature is not changing, but phase is changed. Now at the S, liquid is start, means water is start to convert the steam, and till S, what happened? All the water convert to the steam till T. Then what happened? Here, heat of the superheat, means now what happened? If we can increase the heat, then all the heat transferred to gaseous stage. So what happened here? The heat steam is converted to superheated steam. This is your saturated steam. This is your water. This is your water of 0 degree temperature. And here is your ice is there. So ice is converted to the water, and water is converted to the vapor, and vapor is converted to the gaseous form, means there is no water content. There is no water content. So what happened? You can see 0 degree temperature, and this is not but what is the boiling point of the water? What is the boiling point of the water? That is the 100 degree temperature. Means at the 100 degree temperature, what happened? The water is start boiling, means the generation of the steam is started. So here all the phase I already declared. See, these all the phase I already declared to you. So this is nothing but now you can see the both the diagram is happen here. See, ice converting to water, water converted to saturated water, and saturated water start the converging the steam. Now in this phase, the water and steam is contained here, and now at this stage, all the water converted to the steam. So what happened? This is called wet steam. The water molecule present in the steam, and after that, dry saturated steam, means what happened? Some water particle also there in dry saturated steam, and at the superheated steam there is no water content present in the steam. So next, the point A, here you can see this is the other diagram, T and H, enthalpy and temperature diagram, temperature and enthalpy diagram. So here you can see the maximum temperature which is gained by water steam is 374.5 when we increase the heat. Okay, when we increase the heat, that is the critical point, and this is at the 221.2 bar. 221.2 bar, this is the critical point. After that, if we increase the heat, then temperature is not increases furthermore. So what happened? You can see A, B, C, D, A and B, C and D. A, B, C and D. Line, this line. So the relationship between the temperature and heat at specific temperature P. Okay, this is at the temperature, means A, B, C, D at a constant pressure, at the constant pressure. And here B1, C1 and D1, it is another constant pressure, means pressure is changed, but B, C, B1, C1 and D1, it is on line when the temperature is changed, but in during this line the temperature, pressure is constant, pressure is changed, but we get a new pressure, that is P1. Okay, and now again here you can see B2, C2 and D2, where the again pressure is changed, but during this line process the pressure is constant pressure. Okay, so we get the different uh, pressure, constant pressure process in the diagram. A, B, C, D, that is the constant pressure P. Okay, and B1, C1, D1, that is the constant pressure P1, and B2, C2 and D2, that is the constant pressure of P2. Okay, so but whatever is there, we can change the pressure and increase the heat, but the maximum temperature of a steam not more than 374.15 degree temperature. During the formation of the superheated steam from the water at freezing point, the heat is absorbed in the following three stages: the heating of boiler up to boiling temperature or saturated temperature T, shown by AB in the figure. See here, you can see AB, water to steam, water to steam, AB line. Now the heat absorption by the water in AP, known as sensible heat or liquid heat or total heat of the water. So see here, what is the sensible heat, or we can say the liquid heat or total heat of the water. Heat is involved in this, means HF. HF is the total heat of the water, or we can say that sensible heat is there. So here you can, the change of stage from liquid to steam, liquid to steam is shown BC. See BC here, this HFG, HFG. Okay, the heat absorbed during the stage is PQ, known as the latent heat of vaporization, latent heat of the vaporization. Okay, so what is the latent heat in the water? Having the two latent heat, that is first ice converted to water, we call it latent heat of the ice, and when water converted to the steam but there is no temperature change, that is called latent heat of vaporization, or we can say that latent heat of steam. Okay, so in the latent heat there is much heat content is there, much heat content is there, but we can utilize these phase change energy in the refrigeration, because in the refrigerator what happened, a refrigerant is used, the boiling point of that refrigerant is very low, in the minus degree temperature. Okay, so phase change, if phase change is there, then so much energy is released, so much energy is released, and that energy can utilize for the refrigeration purpose. Now, the superheating process is known by CD. Known by CD. See here, C2D. This is your superheated steam process. Superheated steam process. During the stage is QR. Similarly, a family of the curve may be drawn from the different pressure as shown in the diagram. So, at the different pressure, we can get the change in the temperature. So, what happened? We can get a critical point where we can observe that after that, if we can increase the temperature, increase the pressure, the temperature is not increased, means the critical point is not increases. So what happened here? You can see this is the heat of superheated steam. CD is the heat of superheated steam. Now here, the line passing through the point A, B, E, K is known as saturated liquid line, which form boundary line between water and steam. Which form water and steam, boundary between water and steam. Similarly, a line passing through the dry steam LFC is known as dry saturated steam line, which form boundary line between wet and saturated steam. It may be noted that from the figure that when the pressure and saturation temperature increase, the latent heat of vaporization is decreased. It becomes zero at the point of N. It becomes zero at the point of N. Okay. So what happened? See here. If you can draw this line between these, this is our graph. So at this critical position, what happened? The latent heat is not taking place. It's not taking place. What is the meaning of that? Means at this pressure, as a high pressure, the water is directly converted to steam when temperature is increased. When temperature is increased, then what happens? The water is directly converted to the steam. Okay. So it may be noted that from the figure that when the pressure and saturation temperature is increased, the latent heat of vaporization is decreased. It becomes zero at the point N, which is represented by E here, where the liquid and dry steam line meets. The point N is known as critical point. The point E is known at here. It is the represented by the E. Okay. So the temperature corresponding to the critical point known as the critical temperature, the pressure known as the critical pressure. Okay. PC, TC and critical point. For steam, the critical temperature is 374.15 degrees centigrade and critical pressure is 221.2 bar. Means what happen कि अगर if water is there and we can create this much pressure on the water and we can heating this much temperature, then what happens, the water is directly converted to the steam. There is no latent heat present. Now we talk about the different type of steam. First is wet steam. What is the wet steam? When the steam contained moisturizer or particle of water in substations, it is said to be wet steam. Dry saturated steam, when wet steam is further heated and it does not contain any substantiated particle of water, is known as the dry saturated steam. Superheated steam, when the dry steam is further heated at the constant pressure, thus the rising the temperature, it's said to be a superheated steam. Since the pressure is constant, therefore volume of superheated steam is increased. It may be noted that the volume of 1 kg of superheated steam is considerably greater than the volume of 1 kg of dry saturated steam at the same pressure. Means if we talk about the volume, then what happened? The volume of 1 kg of superheated steam is more than in comparison to the dry saturated steam of 1 kg in the same circumference or same condition. So next is dryness fraction. So what is the dryness fraction? So dryness fraction is nothing but it is a ratio where between two masses.